Good morning, guys. We are gathering our belongings. It's about 6:18 in the morning and we're going snowboarding. So I usually don't like eating breakfast this early, so I'm making a protein shake with birthday cake flavor from On Everything Labs and having a square roll. Got the sunrise happening over here. This is the view of the city from our apartment. And now Tanner's gonna try to put our boards up on the top of his new roof rack. Do you need help? Oh, okay. Today we're going to A Basin and I'm taking my second lesson there, hopefully with the same instructor. A little nervous, but should be fine. Tanner is now going down blues. Is that accurate? You don't want to talk to the camera this early, do you? Tanner's now going down blues after his last lesson that we went to last weekend, but it should be a good day.
Walking on a dream. How the night.
Checking in. We're about 20 minutes away from the mountain and need to show you how drastically the weather has changed. Snow, fresh pow pow. You're laughing at me.
Talking to myself. Will I see again? We are always running.
Obligatory, so let's go. Say hi.
Hello.
Did you get the boards down?
Never looking down, I'm just an aura of what's in front of me.
We're back in the car. It's now gorgeous out. I did all greens today, but I'm exhausted. Huh? Yeah, I'm exhausted, so I didn't go down with Tanner at all. Feeling good about snowboarding. We have one little mini video of me going down the bunny hill, but I could not record anything else because this camera and my phone were off, but excited to come back and try again next weekend. Snowboarding is the best workout. 850 cals, and it's only 1 a.m. I mean, it's only 1 o'clock. Hi guys. I thought that footage would be fun to share with you, even though it is literally from December 2018. So currently it is April 2020. So that video was from a while ago, but I wanted to share it because I thought it still gave a good insight into what our snowboarding days are typically like. Usually wake up pretty early, and that one we were actually on the later end of like 6:30 wake up time. Typically we were waking up around 5:45, 5:30 and getting on the road super early because traffic to the mountains is always pretty shitty because so many people are moving to Colorado and ski traffic is a bitch. So I just thought it would be fun to share my snowboarding story with you guys because I don't think I've ever really sat down and just talked about when I started to learn how to snowboard and just the challenges of it. So I'm going to share a little bit of insight in that now. So before we moved out here to Colorado in September of 2017. No, September of 2018, we moved out here. And prior to that, when I was younger, I had taken a couple of snowboarding lessons, like very young. I'm talking like maybe middle school. I never got into skiing or snowboarding because I was just terrified of it. And I remember I did one snowboarding lesson and I was so scared I just never went back. So then fast forward to the spring or end of the winter season before we moved out here, Tanner and I thought it would be a good idea to take some lessons, and he was more gung-ho about it than I was. I was like, whatever, I can push it off, I'll wait till we get out to Colorado. But he convinced me to take one lesson at, I think it was Camelback Mountain. It was one of the ones in the Poconos. And I took a lesson with him and it was absolutely horrible. Oh my God, I hated it. I hated it so much. Our instructor was a high schooler, I wanna say. Like, she was just there because she was probably just looking to make extra money. She didn't really care about helping people. Like, she just would snowboard down the bunny hill and just be like, okay guys, follow along. And everybody was just like wiping out. And if you've ever tried snowboarding, it is so frustrating when you're a beginner because you, like, in your mind, you're telling yourself that you want to be good at it. You want to, like, you think you're registering it until you just wipe out and like fall on your ass, and it's extremely frustrating. So I was a little bitch and I cried and we left the lesson early, and Tanner worked with me for a little bit and was trying to help me just like mess around like with skating and stuff that day. So by the end of the day, I didn't completely hate snowboarding, but I was just like, ugh, I don't know how I'm ever gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna live in Colorado and just not go skiing or snowboarding. So when we finally got out here, a bunch of our friends had passes. So we were like, all right, we gotta get a pass. And I kind of just sucked it up. I was like, I guess I'm just gonna try this again, see how it goes. Like, you know, full on dreading it, full on terrified. The time that we went in this video was my second time going out here. So obviously I was a beginner. And I took 2 lessons, and the time after we went was the time that I broke my wrist. So it was on my 3rd time going snowboarding that I broke my wrist. And the funny part of that story is, before we went snowboarding that day, we were all sitting down in the lodge talking about snowboarding stories. And I mean, I didn't really have any snowboarding stories other than my horrible lesson, but we were talking about a time that one of our friends broke their arm and they went down on ski patrol, and I was like, oh my God, I would be so scared to go down on ski patrol. That's like my worst fear ever, is breaking a bone. I don't want to, like, that's terrifying to me. And I actually have never broken a bone other than when I was 2 years old, so I don't even really remember how it went down. But little did I know I was going to go down one green run at Keystone, School Marm, if you're familiar, it is like the easiest run ever. We didn't even get down all the way. I just like was trying to turn, caught an edge, fell down on my left wrist, and I immediately panicked. Like I blacked out. It was so painful. We called ski patrol over. I went down on ski patrol, and yeah, it was a pretty bad break. So after that, I was pretty much out of the season. And, you know, I was still very early into snowboarding, so I didn't necessarily hate that because I was so terrified of it for so long, and I was so scared to break a bone. I was so scared to be bad. I was so scared to fail. And, you know, it's funny because when all of that happened, I was like, okay, it can't get worse than this. Like, it can't, like, I've already done what I was so afraid of. So that was the only thing that was keeping me motivated to get back out there. So I didn't go snowboarding for the whole rest of 2018, and then in March, I think end of March, I went for the first time, and then I went again in May. There was like a beautiful day on Cinco de Mayo that we went snowboarding, and it was great. It was fine. It was the perfect way to end the season, and I definitely left the season on a very positive note, and I think it was great because there was enough time between then and when the 2019 to 2020 season was going to start that it was like the perfect break from snowboarding, because I kind of removed me breaking my wrist from my mind, and I could actually just pretend that I was starting over. So that is kind of a little bit about my first season, which was pretty memorable. And then we went snowboarding a bunch of times this past season, and I really feel like I have picked up on it and have progressed a significant amount. I mean, I'm nowhere near amazing at snowboarding, but I've definitely been determined to continue and to get better each and every time. I was planning on getting to the point where I could steadily go down blacks this season. I did go down a couple blacks, but I wanted to be actually going down blacks and just like feeling very confident. But obviously our season got cut short with coronavirus, so I didn't actually get to hit that goal. So that'll definitely be one of my goals next season, and is another reason why I kind of wanted to make this little video, because then I could pinpoint some goals and some progress I want to be making next season, and hopefully be filming more of the process and going snowboarding more and sharing that on my channel as well. So some of my tips for if you are starting out snowboarding or skiing for that matter, and you're like hating it, or just not hating it, but if you're just starting out and you're really like frustrated and you're not getting why people like it, stick with it for as long as you possibly can, and I promise one day it will just click, and the more that you practice, the better that you'll get. Every time we went, I left the day feeling a little bit more confident. So now I'm not usually heading into my snowboarding days just like terrified, because that's how it was for a large chunk of the beginning of this season and last season. So I'm definitely feeling more confident and getting excited for like snowboarding trips and stuff like that. But don't give up. It is hard. It is hard to learn. You will get there. It takes time and practice, but you can do it. And that applies to anything in life. If you really want something, just keep at it, keep practicing, keep showing up, and you will get there. Okay, I literally can't breathe because I feel like I've been talking for so long, but I hope that this video was entertaining. I hope that it helped you if you are a beginner snowboarder. Like I said, I hope to share some more behind the scenes snowboarding stuff next season with our GoPro. Alright guys, that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up below, leave a comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at workoutswitherika. I will see you in my next video.